Yeah, you never know what's going to cross your mind when you're at the local thrift shop, you know, the local charity shop. So, pair of speakers here, boys. $12. I don't know if you can see. I took the insulation out of this one because I've knocked the grill off, and I took the one speaker out. The thought occurred to me that I really need to up my game when it comes to pulse transducer interpretation, pressure or vacuum. I don't have any first look sensors or really any capacity to read vacuum or pressure on a scope. No transducers of any sort. So I thought, well, obviously a speaker is an audio transducer, right? You know, typically we use speakers for sound, obviously, but if it can take an electrical signal and produce sound, maybe we can take a sound is nothing more than compressions and rarefications of the air, right? Causing a generating sound, as we all know. So can we go the other way around? Can we put a pressure or a vacuum onto the cone of the speaker? Of course, as the cone moves up and down, and the permanent magnet is a 3-inch speaker, quite a sizable permanent magnet. That's why I bought this particular pair. It'll induce, typically we put a current through the voice coil, and then of course it moves the cone. But it'll work the other way around. Of course, if we move the cone, it will induce a current into the coil. So let's try that. So you can see here I've just got my scope actually hooked up across the two leads of the scope here, boys, and I just adapted this little 3-inch filter. No, not right. Funnel that I had lying around the shop. And this video is going to be a wee bit different, boys, in the sense that there's not going to be any active experiment per se. It's only a proof of concept, which I'm quite certain will work. Well, I don't like lying to you. Full disclosure, boys, I've already tried it. I know it does work. But let me show you it working, and you're not going to see me breathing into this, sucking and blowing on the end of that little adapter on the end of the funnel there. I can assure you that. But I will show you the trace that is going to generate, right? So in order to make it, we're not going to be able to quantify this in any way, shape, or form other than less than and greater than, and narrower and wider, you know, with respect to voltage and time. And but I'll put 3 pulses in here with my breath, and I'll step them up progressively, and we'll see what we can actually see on the scope here, and see if we can make it, see if it makes any sense, see if we can actually potentially use this in a practical way, shape, or form. Now let me take you back to the speaker here for just a second. Now keep in mind, boys, that it's only a speaker, right? So I'm not going to be able to put any pressure, any real pressure on this. This is obviously an open system. It's not sealed in any way, shape, or form. And good thing too, otherwise I'd blow the cone. Same with a vacuum, I'd tear the cone right out of it. Same with respect to a vacuum. If it was sealed, I'd probably tear the cone right out of it, and that'd be the end of the little speaker, right? But so long as it's vented, I think we can still see something. Will it be potentially of any use? I don't know. But that's the point to this video. You guys are going to tell me. You're going to make some suggestions, because I'm thinking, yeah, I can, you know, maybe hook up to the intake manifold, and so long as it's vented, which it is, maybe we can see some pulses that will be of some use, that we can make some sense of. I'm not sure. Perhaps it's a waste of time. But let me just show you proof of concept. I'll put 3 pulses in it, stepping up in amplitude, let's say. That wasn't a very good one. Let me try that again. Any better? Not bad. Let me put maybe a wee bit less of a puff in it. Okay. Let's hold that there. So here you can see 3 distinct pulses. There's no doubt about that. You can see A bit difficult to interpret the wave. Obviously, as you put a pulse on it, it's difficult to say whether we're going to read negative. It looks like we're reading negative right off the bat. Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it? Let me see if I can change the scale here so we can see this a wee bit better, boys. Yeah, that's a wee bit better, I think. I'm just trying to get the sweet spot with respect to the amplitude and the time base here, boys. Maybe that's the best we can actually do. Yeah. So you can see it does actually give us maybe something usable. I don't know. Again, this is where I'm hoping you guys can make some suggestions or go ahead and do it yourself. I'll probably know the first, know the last, to maybe try and turn a speaker into a transducer of some sort that might be useful. So here's what I'm talking about. You can actually see, I think, when we induce some movement on the cone, as it pushes back against the air pulse, it goes into the negative territory, then rebounds into the positive, and a wee bit of an oscillation, as you would expect, right? Yeah, so kind of interesting. You know, is it useful in any way, shape, or form? I don't know, but we can ruminate on it for a wee while, and as I said, any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. So again, nothing more than a funnel and a speaker. You know, what's the impedance and wattage? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, interesting. I'll have to have a think about this. And as I said, give me your feedback, boys. See if there's any, if you can dream up any kind of usage for it. If you want to take the ball and run with it and do something similar yourself, I'd love to see it. If not, give me a suggestion, and maybe in the future we'll try something with it, just for the laugh. Right, that's it, boys. Cheers.